Greetings. Rise and shine, brethren. We are the World Global Reset Restoration Network family, comprised of 198 sovereign nations with over 7 billion sovereign principles, being of one mind, one heart, and one spirit, walking together under the divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I come to you as a voice in the wilderness to introduce to you a man. No, not just any man, but a man sent by Yah Allah to redeem mankind. Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson, the Adak Chief Justice of the Universal World Court, and who's also known as Yehoshua Mashiach, the Son of Man. The information that you will be receiving in this and other videos you won't get from anywhere else on the planet. Hear the many truths and fulfillment of the laws, judgments, and sentencings from our Creator, Father Yah, as well as the fulfillment of the true interpretation of the Holy Scriptures and books. Now, without further ado, Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson with his beloved host, Shelley Bowling.
There are 4 principal trusts overseeing the Global Reset. As I mentioned, the Melchizedek Trust is the 501c4 trust. That trust replaced the 501c3 trust. Underneath the Melchizedek Trust is the Sovereign Civil People's Rights Trust, and then 2 additional trusts, the Rhoda Trust, which is the Amnesty Trust, overseen by the trustee, Dr. John Smith, and the Bathsheba and Esther Trust, which is overseen by myself. That is the Redemption Trust for the people. So for those of you that have not been to our website, we would really like for you to take the time to go to the website. There's a tremendous amount of information. Information is being added regularly. At the bottom of the page are 4 links with a lot of historical documentation, educational information, copies of documents that have been filed with the World Court. So please avail yourself to those as well. The website is www.sovcpr.com. Again, that's sovcpr.com. For those of you individuals that want to come into the protection of the Bathsheba and Esther Trust, and also to receive your redemption through that trust, you can email me at shelleybowling@gmail.com. That's SHELLEYBOLLING@gmail.com. Or if you don't have internet access, you may also fax to me your document, which is 501-330-2707. The Bathsheba and Esther Trust document is on the website, and you can download that. You do not need to send the whole document to me. You can fill out the information on there. We just need your full names, full addresses, and telephone numbers so that we may reach out to you at the appropriate time. There will be 2 requirements. Once you have submitted your names and everything for the trust, those 2 requirements are a copy of your birth certificate. The reason we are asking for that is the document that was used to make you collateral for the central bank's debt. So to remove you from that debt, we need a copy of your birth certificate. Also, we will be doing a DNA test, and that is so that you can find out which of the 12 tribes you have come from. A lot of mankind do not know their history, and we want to be able to provide that for you so that you can actually know who you are and where you came from. So those are the 2 requirements. There's protection available to you once you have submitted your names into the trust, and that's in case of insurrection or war, natural disaster, any of those kinds of things, so that you will be protected.
This morning, and again now, you mentioned that there would be many earth changes coming, and that there would be protection for the people as being part of the Bathsheba and Esther Trust. Can you go into a little bit more of what you mean by that? Because I'm sure there are many people who may not know what that is all about.
Sure, I'd be happy to. We actually have in place right now 200,000 acres in Louisiana in Webster Parish that our family owns. And for those of you that don't know, Dr. Henderson and I are actually of the same family. And we have buildings on that location as we speak that can be used to house people that all you would have to do if you are in need of being removed out of an area, either due to earth changes or if you are driving out and want to know that you have a safe place to come, you can drive to Webster Parish and call Dr. I and let us know that you're on your way, or if we need to come pick you up. So that area is down in Louisiana. We have 2 other areas right now that are in the process of being built out. One is here in central Arkansas, in Pulaski County, Arkansas, and that is going to be about a 5,000-acre land. We will be building apartment buildings on there to assist the righteous that need a place to stay. And then we also have one further north in Van Buren County, Arkansas, North Arkansas, that also will be building out. So those areas are places of protection, and as members or participants in the Bathsheba and Esther Trust, your protection is included in that. So it's more than just a monetary returning to you what has been taken from you. It's also it's a safe haven.
Should we be putting together a trust, our own personal trust, because we're going to have a trust in the future, right?
What I would tell you to do, here's what I would tell you to do, and I like the way you're asking the question. It's a very relevant question, and let me say to you, my brother, if you have a register with all of your family members on it, a register, I'm just talking a family tree, with all of your family's name on it, that can be the document for your trust. Because when you decide to do the individual trust, all those names will be incorporated on that particular document. And yes, you can have that as a personal trust for your family's trust. What I will do is I will send you the information on what all you have to do, and I'm doing that. We're going to put it on the website that Shelley's saying now. We're going to put it on the website to help people move through that. What we're trying to do is get everybody on the Esther Bathsheba Trust, because you must be on that first. Once we get those people on there, each family that's on there, if you have a family registered, I'm just talking about your immediate family. Your immediate family may be you, your wife, and 4 children, or you and your wife and your wife's mother and your mother, or whatever. However y'all have that set up. Yes, you can do that.
Okay, because I was wondering, was there a specific, I've been hearing a lot about these trusts, and of course I've been studying different trusts, depends on who you talk to, on how to set it up. And I was just wondering, I know we're with the Bathsheba, I'm on the list, and I have my family on the list as well, but our own private trust, are we to be setting that up so that we could, operate financially or whatever we're supposed to be doing when we get our proceeds or assets?
Yes, you can set those up. You can set those trusts up, and like I said, what we're doing is making sure that we move you in under the trust, starting from the Melchizedek Trust. From the Melchizedek Trust, it comes down to the Solvent Civil People's Rights Trust. From that to the Bathsheba Esther Trust. And yeah, you can, under that trust, you can create your family's trust, individual's trust.
Another question I wanted to ask you was the Melchizedek Trust, the Bathsheba and Esther Trust. Are those trusts associated with the Drew Ali Vast Estate Trust in any way, or how does that work?
Like we explained to everybody before, as of 1985, they ratified every trust that was on this planet. And what they did at that moment, because those trusts was also under the 501c3, they decided to disband all those trusts, even though they were irrevocable trusts, all of them. They are now saying you have to reinstitute those trusts, and the way we did that was by taking them through the Melchizedek Trust. That is the World Trust. All those trusts have to fall under that trust.
So that includes the Vast Estate, the Dwelly.
Yes, that's correct. If it was the St. Germain's Trust, whether it was the trust of somebody's city hall, it has to fall under this one particular trust, period.
Okay, thank you, Dr.
This is the World Trust. The trust we're talking about is the World Trust. That is the Melchizedek Trust. It is the World Trust. It trumps all trusts. That's why it's called the Melchizedek Trust. All of them must fall under it. If they don't fall under that, they don't get in. You want to make sure that you get your family, get yourself, and get as many people as you can sign up to the Esther Bathsheba Trust, because that is known as the Lamb Book of Life. It is known as the redemption book for all mankind. And I need you to start developing a plan to get those people on there, to get yourself on there, to get all the people around you are signed up on that Esther Bathsheba's Trust. Because at a short moment here, what we're going to be doing is my brother in Texas, KG, he is going to be implementing some things that people have to be on there. They have to know what they're going to have to do, what's the next move that they're going to have to make. People, you have got to wake up and understand. Your very lives depend upon this. Your children's lives depend upon this. Your mother and father's lives depend upon this. Your grands and your nieces and your aunties and your uncles and your cousins, their lives depend upon what we're doing and what we're saying right now. I am off mobile now, rushing to sign documents just to protect you. Because right now, we are about to go into a state of what we call emergency all over this planet. And unless my signature gets on these documents, a lot of you guys are going to be annihilated because you're going to be considered to be unproductive. Unproductive just happen to be the people now that's having problems camp where you will be incarcerated indefinitely based upon your own so-called Patriot Act. But because I chose in 2002 to save all mankind, only if you fall under the Esther Bathsheba Trust will you be saved now. If you're not under that trust, you will not be saved. And I'm saying this to the whole universe. You must understand, Dr. Henderson is not just talking in one state. Jeremiah book tells you that even before you were born, 18th chapter, I knew you. And I ordained you to be a prophet to the nations with an S. That's where it comes from. So I'm not just talking to any city or just one town or one state or one country. I'm talking to all of you. Russia, China, Japan, United States, Africa. I'm talking to all of you. Europe. I'm talking to every nation that's on this planet right now. You must understand that if you do not heed my voice, you will heed my Father's wrath. We keep saying to them, we don't need it. The World Global Network research and reset. We don't need anybody's piece of the puzzle. We need everybody to acknowledge that we already have that piece that they believe that they have. We already have it. It's an identical piece to it. You have something known as a relic of what the real piece was. You don't have that real piece, so we're trying to save you. We're trying to save you from running out there with this relic that you have in your possession. We're trying to tell you, bring that relic back, thereby we can protect you. Because we already have the true piece. So let me explain it to you so I can break it down to you. The people that are out there that are running around say that they're in a secret society or in a secret membership that has these documents. You got relics of the true documents. The true documents, the World Global Network reset, already have them. We already have them. And all we try to do is get you to realize that so you can come back, put your name on some documents to protect you from being considered to be an enemy combatant, to protect you from being called someone of what they would call an interest, to get you away from all those groups that they have now named and has numbered as being groups that are, to their attention, been called terrorist groups. And we're trying to protect you from that. That's why we keep telling you, you must come back, get on the Esther Bathsheba Trust. There are some other documents that once we get you to a point where we can get you stable, sitting still, that you will have to fill out. Those documents are protecting you now, being based upon you're on the Esther Bathsheba Trust. You're now being protected under the laws that would govern you, that protect you even during the Patriot Act. All that stuff is part of our documents, and you have to be protected. There are documents that KG has that he will be having people sign and fill out, and they must come in there. They must sit down and understand what is being put forth there to protect them. He don't do a whole lot of talking to the people and that's for a reason. That's for a reason. Because he has to do all those documents. He has to make sure that he protects you based upon the rights of the land, based upon the rights of the people, based upon not allowing you to be considered an enemy combatant or get in that position. That's why we have the Esther Bathsheba Trust, where you are to go out and you're to sign yourself and 10 other people. So in the time of an emergency, in the time of a fallout in which we're going through right now, and which is going to get rough and worse, we must get you to understand that those 10 people and yourself will be protected based upon these documents and based upon the agreement that we will have with them that they will comply with. And when I say them, I'm talking about the enemies. And you must be signed up on this. This is what it's all about. So yes, I know about that rape. They still, too, those guys have been told they must get on the Esther Bathsheba Trust.
So would the FBI and the CIA and the judge and the banker, would they all be held responsible for their raid and taking 60? They didn't put anybody in jail, but they took all 60 people's fingerprints and took all of their computers and paperwork and all of that just because of a summons saying that stuff is not legal. And that kind of upset me.
I'm going to say this right here, so you understand me in total fullness. And I'm doing this not for you, but for those that may be babies at large. The book, the holy book, the one that everyone recognizes as being a historical document and a true document, they also recognize it as being the book of law. It has told them that every man, every breath that's on this planet must be recorded in the Lamb's book of life. He must be recorded there. Be he FBI, policeman, sheriff, doctor, lawyer, stool pigeon, whatever you want to call himself. If he is not recorded in this book, he will be destroyed in the lake of fire. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
In other words, what I'm saying, I don't care what those people said they were FBI, okay, well, you got a badge, you got it from some country, from some state, some nation, that's fine. At the end of the day, if he's not part of the amnesty program, if he's not part of this Esther Bathsheba program, which is the redemption program, he's doomed. Him and his badge. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people are beginning to call, a lot of people are beginning to send information based upon the laws, the regulations, and the court systems. Everybody's concerned about eviction notices. Everybody's concerned about the notices that they're getting on their houses of foreclosure. We have people that are concerned about, what do I do with IRS this year? What is the tax going to be like? All of these things have already been taken care of. They have been handled. I can say to all of you, just relax. Right now, the time that we are in a time zone, if we can give it to you in truth. We're in a time zone. We're in a time portal right now. That time portal right now is opening up. We're at the time that you heard me speak this morning as I spoke to the United Nations. I was letting everyone know that we're in a time right now where everyone is coming to a point where he or she is ready to board the ship, or if we might call it that, the ark. That is an ark that has been built. This ark is not going to leave anybody out of it that is already lined up. You're in line, that means you will get on this ark. You will not be caught up in this flood that's about to happen. You will not become part of that flood that's about to happen. You're going to be totally taken care of. You have put your name on the Esther Bathsheba Trust. That is the umbrella. That is the total umbrella that gets you under the other world trust and all the other trusts of the world. Now, I must do this for my United States fellow Americans. I have to do that for you so you understand that the United Nations is already aware of what's going on and what's taking place. Everybody is focusing on the exact same global reset that you're waiting on. They have been waiting on it. They're going through the exact same things that you're going through, just so that they can be reset. They're doing that monetarily. They're doing that based upon foreclosures. They're doing that based upon land transfers of land. They're doing that based upon eviction notices that they have received. They're doing this based upon court proceedings that they're going through. So nobody is exempt from this global world network reset. No one is exempt. No one on this planet is exempt from it.
Okay, is the Bathsheba Esther Trust based on the covenant with God through David? I think the other one would be like based on the one people who are outside the covenant, the Esther. But they were all included in the redemption when Yeshua died for our sins. Is that correct?
The Bathsheba and Esther Trust is for restoration, protection, and redemption. Yeshua provided salvation, bringing us back into fellowship, but redemption is different than salvation. Redemption is redeeming back to the people what was taken from them.
Yes.
So that's the threefold purpose. Yeah.
If I might, sis, I think I'm understanding his question. I'm understanding it. What I'm about to have him do is I want him to read the book of Revelation. I'm not asking you to become a Christian. I'm just asking you to read the book.
No,
I need you to read the book of Revelations. And every place that you see where it says the book of life, it is talking about the Esther Bathsheba Trust. Every place that you find that they're talking about the book of life, the Lamb book of life, it is talking about the Esther Bathsheba Trust. I'll read a couple to you. Revelation, 17th chapter, 8th verse. The beast that you saw was and is not, and will ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go to perdition. And those who dwell on the earth will marvel, whose names are not in the book of life from the foundations of the world, when they see the beast that was and is not, and yet is. Here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. There are also 7 kings, 5 have fallen. One is, and the other has not yet come. And when he comes, he must continue a short time. We're talking about that one, which is calling himself the superpower now, will have another leader come along with him. They will be destroyed because they will not be in that Lamb book of life. That is in the 17th chapter of Revelation talking to you. Okay. Again, you will find them again in the 20th chapter of Revelation. And I'm only giving you a few. It's all over. I want you to read the whole book. 20th chapter of Revelation. You will find it saying, the 14th verse. Then death and Hades were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Anyone not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. 15th verse, 20th chapter of Revelation. And I do need you to read it because I know what it's saying. I am just giving it to you as quick as possible. Okay. Another one. Revelation, the 21st chapter of Revelation. The 26th verse I was taught there. And they shall bring the glory and the honor of the nation into it. But there shall by no means enter in anything that defiles or causes any abomination or a lie, but only those who are written in the Lamb's book of life. Make sure that you are in the Lamb's book of life, my brother. The last one that I will read to you is Revelation 22nd chapter. 22nd chapter of Revelation. I will read from you the 19th verse. And if anyone takes away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part from the book of life, from the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. just so I get your understanding of it, the 20th verse I will read. He who testifies these things says, surely I am coming quickly. Amen. Even so, come, Yahushua Mashiach. I would say to you again, make sure that you get your friends and your friends' friends, your family and your family's friends. Get them in the Lamb Book of Life. It is known as the Esther Bathsheba Trust. Because if they're not there, and we are at the point right now of the second death, and if they're not in this book, they will also be put into the bottomless pit of fire. That is a fact. This is not a threat. This is a for sure, up-to-date promise to all mankind.